What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Anastasia, and today we're going to be watching Jenelle's documentary. I don't know if you guys know this, but every Monday, Jenelle is going to be releasing episodes of her documentary called I Have Something to Say, and it's regarding when her kids got taken away by CPS. Her side of the story, her voice, since she got fired from MTV and can't talk there anymore. And guys, it's really something to behold. I mean, we're gonna watch it together. If you were a fan of this video, because I see that there's a lot of positive comments on it, and I'm like, y'all didn't watch the show. No, y'all did not watch Teen Mom. If you have positive things to say about this video, you probably shouldn't watch this video. All I do is make fun of her. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we?
The beginning in court was very, very stressful. We had a lot of parties involved. We had my mom, Nathan's mom, Nathan, me, David, Marissa's mother.
A little bit of a struggle there. Yeah, you're right. There were a lot of parties involved. That's why you got your first kid taken away. Not this one, I don't think. I think you don't have enough friends to party anymore, but we'll just continue on.
I think that's it. Yeah, 6 parties involved. Everyone had to get their own lawyers. Oh, and the CPS lawyer. So that's 7 lawyers we had to testify against for 2 months. We had our kids taken away from May of 2019 to the beginning of July, like July 2nd. Just got them back in time
That's 2
for
months of their life.
4th of July. Yeah, it was a long time, and it was very stressful, and I feel like as a mother, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. I cleaned my house as much as possible, but there was nothing else left to clean. Then everything was so...
Do you guys remember there was this reunion, like in season 1 of Teen Mom? And Dr. Drew is there, Jenelle is there, her mom Barbara is there, and Dr. Drew asked Barbara, he's like, tell us one good quality about Jenelle. And Barbara sits there like... And time is just ticking away, and she cannot think of one thing good to say about her daughter. And then finally, after 10 extremely uncomfortable seconds, she's like, Jenelle keeps a very clean house. And that was the one positive trait that Jenelle's mother could think of her own daughter. She keeps a clean house. So congratulations, Jenelle, doing the one thing you know how to do.
Quiet, and I was so upset because I was just used to hearing giggles in the background and hearing my kids' voices and, you know, hugging me and watching movies with them and enjoying time together as a family. It was all taken away. And I couldn't sleep. I had insomnia. Kaiser was calling me on FaceTime, telling me how upset he was and how he wanted to come home. And then when Kaiser would express himself, Nathan would cut me off again. So, I mean, it was very hard dealing with everything we had to deal with, especially at the beginning of court. So at the beginning of the CPS case, within the first 2 weeks, month, we had a judge named Judge...
Okay, I'm going to pause it right there. So Jenelle, genius that she is, posting these documents to like prove everything. Really all it's proving is that her kids did in fact get taken away. Leaves her whole ass address on there. Like, look at this. Look at this. I guess everyone kind of knew where she lived anyway, but she's really putting it out there like that. And the street she lives on, guys, it's called Money Hole Road. Oh, that's so... Oh, that's something. That's really something. Money Hole Road. Money Hole Road. It's perfect! And let's look a little bit closer at this now. Let's see. As grounds for the issuance of this order, this court finds that there's a reasonable factual basis to believe that the matters alleged in the petition are true, that there are no reasonable means available to protect the juvenile, and check one or more. And there's 2 things checked here. The first one says the juvenile has suffered physical injury or sexual abuse. So that's pretty dark. That's basically proving right there that one of the kids was in fact physically abused. And the name on here is Ensley. It says age 2, white female. She only has 1 girl. So, I'm assuming that's about Ensley, but Jenelle was saying it was actually about Kaiser. I mean, either way, it's absolutely awful. You're saying one of your kids was physically abused. It does say or sexual abuse, but so thus far there's been no allegations of sexual abuse, so I don't really want to talk about that if it's not something that happened. And the other thing checked is the juvenile is exposed to a substantial risk of physical injury or sexual abuse because the parent, guardian, custodian, or caretaker has created conditions likely to cause injury or abuse or is unable to provide adequate protection. So basically, one of those kids was physically abused, and that's why they took him out of the house. So I don't know why she's showing this document like, guys, here's proof. Yeah, proof you abused your kid. Congratulations, Jenelle!
Fairly. Judge Fairley was the judge who signed the order, the judgment order, on May 13th, 2019 to have my children taken away. He did not care. I had a lawyer at the time. He still signed it.
Does anyone else think it's kind of ironic she lives on Money Hole Road and the judge that she's accusing of being unfair is called Judge Fairley? Come on, guys. It's low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit.
He signed the order based off of allegations saying David has a bad temper.
He does.
So I don't even understand why I didn't get a chance to speak up myself before they just ripped my kids out of my home.
You did speak out. There was a 911 call where you called saying David just broke my collarbone. He was so angry at me. You also have over 25 calls to 911 within like a year. So I think it's safe to assume that David probably has anger issues.
And my lawyer, like I said in the last episode, he requested to be there before the judgment was signed, and they ignored his request.
People can be so mean sometimes. I'm just upset. I'm just sitting here reminiscing on memories, and I have nothing to do. I mean, I should be doing laundry, but I'm not. It just feels so empty to just come in here. It's been too clean for too long.
Guys, I'm sorry. I feel mean, but like, who films themselves crying? Like, I'm sure she kept it out of the shop, but there's like a bunch of onions sitting on the table that have been sitting there for about 30 minutes, and finally she's able to wring some tears out of her eyes. Alright, time to pull out the camera! It's been too clean for too long, guys. Janelle's like crocodile tears have been present throughout the entire series of Teen Mom. I remember in the beginning she's like, I smoke this time of day. I have to smoke weed. I have to smoke weed. So I just don't take her very seriously. Did she charge the battery of her camera before having this cry session? Or... Oh, she got the angles there.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
Ooh, face all red. Got the wheezing.
Everything to deserve this. I don't know what to do with myself. You know, I was reading a bunch of comments online that were just mean. I mean, some people say, oh, I'm praying for you, Jenelle, I'm praying for you. And then some people are complete assholes, and they're just like, oh, you miss your kids? This is what you deserve. I don't deserve this. I know what kind of mom I am, and I'm a damn good mom. I do everything every day for my kids.
Okay, why does every single shitty mom on this show say, I'm a damn good mom? I swear Rachel and her mom from Young and Pregnant said those exact words. Amber said those exact words as well. But I've never heard any of the decent moms say it. Like, have you ever heard Macy running around her house yelling, I'm a damn good mom. I'm a damn good mom.
But we knew for these kids we had to be strong. I made sure I wanted to give the judge a good impression, so I would show up on time every day. Nathan would be late every day to court, and everyone started making jokes about it towards the end of court, like, oh yeah, he's late, your honor, he always is late. Like, I mean, it was ridiculous because no one even took it seriously but me and David. Like, it was a big joke to everybody. And then the public was freaking the fuck out.
Congratulations for doing the bare-ass minimum gel. You got there on time. Wow, great job. I do believe that Nathan probably was late, though. Maybe they let it slide because any option would be better than letting Jenelle win the case by default and kicking him out of court. I don't know.
The public was just insane. They would not let anything go. They would call CPS every day for updates. CPS would give them updates to random people that didn't even live in my state, which is North Carolina. Every time Susan went to testify, she would say, it's a crying shame what these kids, the situation they're in. It's a crying shame if they would go home. It's a crying shame how upset these kids are. A source told the tabloids it would be a crying shame if the kids went back to their house.
So we were all subpoenaed to court, and I went to court.
I wonder if Jenelle is paying Barbara ad revenue to do this. Just a thought.
And it was, first of all, it was just a long day. We all got assigned attorneys, and court-appointed attorneys. And then everybody just talked and presented their cases. Then we were let off for the weekend, and we returned on the Monday. And then when we were at court, it was just asking us all questions. And they told me that I had to hire an attorney because I made too much money, so I had to pay $11,000.
Not making that money anymore, huh?
For an attorney who asked 5 questions in almost 2 weeks of court. And Jay shouldn't even have been involved.
I do feel kind of bad for Barbara. It's not her fault Jenelle got fired from this gig and then thus she got fired too. But obviously they're not going to put Barb's 65-year-old ass on Teen Mom alone. Although they might be filming these girls until they turn 65 at this point. It's been going on for 10 seasons.
And they said, there was no drugs found. There was no alcohol found. There was nothing was found. Nothing. They weren't,
I guess Jenelle learned that not only do you have to hide the coke from Jace, Jenelle, but you also gotta hide it when CPS comes. There's no way that Jenelle did not have weed at her house at the very least. We've seen her butane lighters in her Instagram stories, which she uses to smoke dabs, which is a concentrated form of weed. There's just no way. There's no way she didn't have drugs there. Probably hid it all inside the mattress or something.
There was no domestic violence. There was nothing. The only thing they had on him was David has an anger issue. But, the kids weren't hurt. The kids didn't have bruises. It was so strange. And it was, a very stressful time for us all. I had Jace, I had Ensley. Ensley, I had to get up early in the morning so I could drop her off at daycare. I had to find a daycare for her to go. And then I had to drop her off at daycare. I had to bring Jace to school.
I think it's interesting how much Barb has really turned the tables on all this. Just a year ago, she was saying she was afraid of David. She didn't want the kids with David. She wanted Jenelle away from David. To this. All David has is a little bit of a temper issue. He's no harm. That's not what you yourself said. I suspect it might be like Farrah and Deborah, where the mom just tries to no longer be on their bad side just because she has money, but even Jenelle doesn't really have any money anymore. So is it just to support her in case she ever does finally leave David? Because I'm sure Barbara knows if she says anything bad about David, she's going to be cut off again forever. I don't know. It's very weird. Very weird how much she turned the tables.
And then after bringing Jace to school, I have to drive an hour to court. Then I'd have to leave court early to pick up all the kids before 6. It was insane. And it was all for nothing. All for nothing. Nothing. But, they just asked me questions if I had any concerns. And I said, I really didn't have any concerns. And they talked to Jace, and Jace, just told them that the only thing that bothers him is David's anger issues. But the kids were never, touched. Jace never told me that David hit him or anything. And so it's just all a big waste of time, heartbreak, hurt, a lot of tears. It's sickening. I think it was very wrong for CPS to come in and take the children away. My God, they called, they called me up. I had to go get Ensley. I lived for killing each other in the house.
Or breaking
None
the
of
collarbone.
this was found. It just came and got them because people most of the problems I think that were occurred was from fans. Fans of our show used to be
It was the MTV staff and Barbara calling CPS, not the fans. You were calling CPS.
on with MTV that call CPS making up these allegations, and they just came and took the kids without even investigating anything. Met Marissa's mother, and she's just very quiet. She didn't really talk. She doesn't talk.
What's she gonna say to you?
She would just nod her head. That was all she would do. And it was strange because she's pregnant and she still had no emotion.
Jenelle ain't got no emotion either. Jenelle ain't got no emotion either. Have you guys ever seen her on this show? Like crocodile tears, but when she actually is talking, like this whole entire series, her voice is like so monotone besides when she's forcing herself to cry.
So, I talked to Marissa's
I don't think Jenelle really has feelings. I really don't.
And, she was very nice. We were just kind of cordial to each other. We really didn't have much. She didn't really have much to say. She just said that Marissa was shaken up, and Marissa didn't want to come back. And I don't know. To this day, I don't know why Marissa was ever so shaken up. I don't know. I don't know if it was just the trauma of it all, taken out of the house, not getting explained to, their lives were disrupted.
Her dad being a psychotic child abuser.
We're all subpoenaed to court.
Something like
And,
that.
at that time I told them, Ensley's not coming. And finally I put my foot down about Jace coming to court. And I told CPS, I said, I am not putting Jace on the stand because there's nothing to be said, and I'm not going to put him on the stand to be, get all shook up about everything and get nervous about it. I said he doesn't have to be. He should be in school. Marissa went on the
She's right. They shouldn't be dragged into this mess.
CPS wanted all the kids to go on the stand. So they were trying to put Marissa on the stand to build some kind of case, I guess, against them. And so they asked Marissa questions, and she answered them. But she got, she was very nervous, and she was very emotional, and she cried, and because she didn't want to answer questions for them that they were pushing on her outside the courtroom in the hallway. So, I was sitting with Nathan because I used to not like Nathan, but as the years go by, I find I'm just friendly with him. I think he's kind of comical in a way because he's so out there.
Nathan was made for reality TV. Nathan is hilarious. I mean, there's so many Nathan moments that I hold near and dear to my heart.
So, he's talking to me, and then he's telling me, he said, oh, look, he said, I still love Jenelle. I'll always love Jenelle. She's the mother of my child. And then he's even showing me pictures in his wallet. No, his phone, I guess it was. His phone.
Strangely, I actually can totally see Nathan going on his little manic rant about how I'll always love Jenelle. I'll always love Jenelle, bro. I'm just hoping David wasn't watching that. So you're telling me that Nathan has pictures in his phone from 2014 when he was with Jenelle? I believed you at first, Barbara, but now it's kind of...
I guess how old she was, I don't know, 19 maybe. And she was all buffed out, This is when Nathan met her, and he used to make her do weight training and everything. And I said, you still got that picture of Jenelle? And he said, yes. He's so funny sometimes.
Yeah. Buff Jenelle. Those pictures are definitely, outdated.
So, and when Ensley came to my house, when I took her, and she had to live with me and Jace for a couple of weeks. Yeah, she just thought at first just thought she was coming for a visit. And then after that, after about 3 days, maybe 4 days, she got really sad. She kept saying, Meme, I want to go home. Meme, I want to go home. I miss Mommy. I want to see Daddy. I want to go home. And, I would just tell them that. I'd say to her, Ensley, they just went away. They were, they're working.
I bet even Ensley knew that was bullshit. I'd never seen Daddy go to work before. Why is he going now?
I was reading a bunch of comments. It said, "Hope you never get your kids back. You're choosing a man over your kids. We're a married couple. We have been for 2 years. No one."
Okay, that doesn't change the fact that, you're married, okay, but you're still choosing him over your kids, because they said if you leave David, you can get your kids back. Also, you were pseudo-divorced for part of that time, so it wasn't a full 2 years, honey.
Knows my side of the story. No one knows anything. And it sucks to hold everything in. And you can't share anything because there's a case going on. And everyone's calling you a bad parent on the media. I'm not just a normal person. It just keeps happening. This morning I woke up and my sister, there's a big headline that said, "Jenelle's family member says she'll never regain custody." And I'm like, who would say that?
Anyone who watched the show?
My anxiety immediately shoots up. So then I go and I click on the article, of course, and it said that my sister was like, "Oh, she will never regain custody of her kids."
Which, her sister doesn't have custody of her kids either, so not the most reliable source. This entire family is a dumpster fire. But anyway.
Well, let me tell you, I don't talk to my sister. I haven't for years. She's literally psycho, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. She's been in and out of mental institutions all her life.
So have you.
She has a disease called trichotillomania, which is when you pull out your hair when you get stressed out. That's why she wears wigs all the time. She's been diagnosed as bipolar, but now she claims that she's not bipolar. She doesn't need medication, and she's fine. And for all these reasons, I mean, she's sold me out over the years. She's always hated me. She's always been jealous of my life ever since I've made the cheerleading squad in middle school.
You think your sister still resents you because you made the cheerleading squad in, 2004? She just couldn't stand to be sitting on the bleachers while you were cheerleading in that middle school gymnasium. Okay, Jenelle, that's why. That's definitely why.
And ever since then, I succeeded in life, and she didn't.
All
She
right.
dropped out of high school. I graduated early. I completed high school. She does have her CNA license, but she's claiming
That's
that
more
she
than you
has a
have.
pre-law degree and a bachelor's degree in English and all this crazy stuff that is not true. If she went to college for that long, that means she went to college for 10 years, and that is not true. My sister does this a lot.
So I guess it's like sister thing here, because Jenelle claimed to be going to medical school. Bitch, you took a medical assisting class at a strip mall college and then failed the exam. That's why you're not a nurse now. There's a difference. A big difference, okay? And then there was that one time that Jenelle yelled at Barbara, "Yeah, you work at Walmart? Well, I'm gonna be saving lives." Well, 2019 when this was filmed, and your kids need saving from CPS. Big difference, girl. Big difference.
And in the past, she's posted on Facebook that she's a cake maker, and she took all these professional pictures from Google and posted it to her Facebook and said, "If anyone needs me to make a cake for you, I will." So if you talk to my sister, she's
I wouldn't eat anything cooked by any of this family members.
done everything that you can possibly imagine in life, supposedly. She has a career in everything.
But you do the
But
same thing,
other than
Jenelle.
that, I mean, I just
Remember when
posted
Jenelle and
about
David were
it,
making
and I
bracelets
said,
and
my
shit made
sister's
out of
like, "I
wood?
don't believe
That was
her."
really interesting.
And I'm getting some responses saying, "Oh, well, you're just a psycho if you're posting about her and this and that," and it's just hard to deal with this when it's like your blood relative. And what did I do to her to deserve why she's talking shit? I don't understand. She's done this for years. But I think everyone realizes that without me saying anything, so I just need to shut the fuck up.
So the whole time that they had our kids
David
away
looking
from
like
us,
Joe Exotic from Tiger
it
King over
was
there.
super depressing.
Got Tiger King here now.
But soon afterwards, we realized that this situation brought me and Jenelle together like a rock. So much more than
I think the saying is solid as a rock, not together like a rock. Like how together like a rock? Like what goes together there? My favorite thing is when Jenelle and David try to sound intelligent, but they just use the idioms incorrectly. Like last episode, she was saying that she talked to the superintendent of CPS. I think she meant the superintendent. And she's like, my sister dropped out of high school, but I graduated. I don't know who you cheated off of, but I guess they weren't very smart either. I just find it so amusing.
Than we were before. We were constantly talking to each other, trying to figure out what we're going to do next, where we're going to go next, what we're going to do in life, how's the future going to go from there. And, I think we helped each other to get through it. It was very, very stressful. And then we cried a lot. We cried together. We cried in the shower. We cried in the car. We cried in the bed.
But most of all, we cried on camera. And that's what was really important.
We hardly had a moment where we were happy the whole time the kids were gone.
Had to buy rolls of paper towels to wipe up all those tears.
Or talked about. And my mind was racing every day about what I'm going to say in court, or what they're going to say
the lies I'm gonna tell
about me, or how my kids are sleeping, or what they're eating, or are they having fun?
Probably much better without you.
Are they sad because they're not with me?
No, they're not.
I mean, my kids love me to death. I do everything for them. I do everything with them. So when I'm not with them, it just doesn't make sense. And it definitely doesn't make sense for anybody else to have custody of my kids. And it doesn't make sense for us to not be able to see them. And then, when CPS actually did let us visit with the kids at the CPS office, then Marissa acted all shy, shut down. She didn't want to talk. And I realized after the first 2 visits that these ladies are telling her, you don't have to talk to him. It's
all a big conspiracy. And then he zooms in on this car as if he can hear them from over there, and he's like, they're talking about Marissa, they're telling her not to talk to me. You can't hear them from over there. Why are you filming these people?
Then everything will be okay. And if you want to just leave, you can leave. If he's going to make you upset, then don't talk. And, you can't tell a kid stuff like that. They need to be able to get their actual feelings out without someone trying to persuade them.
What if you're actually making her upset, though?
Ask them certain questions to get a certain answer. You can go fishing for answers and get them sometimes. Especially with children. They just want to make you happy. They want to make the person who's asking them questions satisfied with the answer.
I'm about to take you into Marissa's room and show you around. Show you what kind of I'm gonna show you what kind of condition the kids' rooms have been in since they've been taken out of the house. Not since I cleaned, just since they've been taken out of the house. So this is Marissa's room. As you can see, I have done a bunch of laundry since she hasn't been here. And this is what her room looks like. I think it's pretty sweet for a preteen room. She won for, she was a weekly sportsmanship winner for I-9 Sports. This is when she did her cheerleading. This was a Father's Day, or no, this was, Valentine's Day for her school. And David, they asked the parents to secretly write a note and make something and hand it into the school, and that's what David did. As you can see, her room only looks messy because she has clothes to put away. That's her chore.
Saving that for when she gets back, of course.
There's her cheerleading. Picture. This is the boys' room. They share this room. You got full size on the bottom and twin on the top, but I'm about to get rid of this bunk bed because you see how big it is, and it gives them just a little bit of room to play. So I got a smaller bunk bed that's like
pipe, and we're gonna set that up, take this down, but it's a lot of work, so we haven't done it
A
yet.
lot of time now.
But
Just
they're good
saying.
for now. Nothing's wrong with this bed. You can see they're spoiled boys.
But, you know, the rest of the kids were, you know, playing and having fun. But if I walked up to Inslee and said, you know, give me a hug or let me hold you, and she's like, no, I want to play with my toy, then Susan would literally look at us and smirk and laugh and be like, ha ha, and write something down on her paper. Like, she's just trying to push buttons, just trying to make us feel like we're bad parents. I mean, that's like some emotional abuse. I don't know what she's been through.
The social worker smirking when his kids didn't want to play with him is emotional abuse. Smirking is emotional abuse. If that's emotional abuse, I'd love to hear his explanation for his anger issues. I mean, is that not emotional abuse, but smirking is? Interesting.
Her life to get her where she's at now. And I'm not sure how she got the job she has with the mentality, her mental instabilities. I don't understand how people
Kind of a heavy accusation to make.
are able to get those types of jobs. Like, there needs to be a proper vetting before you can be a social worker that takes away people's children. Especially not someone who goes to jail for random things. And
Did Susan the social worker go to jail? I feel like he would have kind of expanded on that if that were true. And was he background checking his social worker? Paid for a full background check to just try to have something to talk about against her in this video? Just wondering. It's quite the accusation. I mean, some might even call it emotional abuse, huh, David? How much you're stalking this poor social worker.
anyways, she didn't like me to begin with.
No one does.
Hey guys.
Hey.
So it's a beautiful morning out. You can tell that my eyes are a little puffy. Last night I cried a lot. It's been about...
I love these little humble brags about how much she's crying. Like, guys, I got the swollen eyes, I got the eye bags, stains of tears down my cheeks. My shirts are soaking wet with tears. I miss my kids so much I can't stop crying.
I would say 4 weeks since the kids have been gone. David went to sleep
Is your house
early,
flooding yet with all those
and
tears you've been crying?
really
Or is that
hard
just the
being
giant
here at
cracks
home
in the
with
ceiling letting in all
none
the
of the
rain?
kids here.
Money Hole Road.
I look crazy. Sorry, I literally just woke up and came out. Those are frogs here in the background. It rained a lot last night. So there's puddles everywhere.
Puddles of tears?
But yeah, it's just, I just feel like I'm being punished for no reason. It's really hard to deal with. And now my eyes look like I'm sick or I got an allergy
crying
or
so
something.
much,
What am I
guys.
gonna do?
Look at
I
these
don't know.
eyes!
David just cut the grass yesterday.
It wasn't eye drops, I swear to
David's
God.
over there trying to get the pigs again. They got out again. Story of my life.
Pigs got out. Yeah, story of your life indeed. I'll stop. That's mean.
He's getting out. Trying to take it day by day and trying to be sane and not trying to lose my mind right now. It's so easy to just say fuck it and run away or just go get my kids when no one's looking. I can't do that.
Yes, kidnap them from the center.
I mean, it's so natural for me
Actually,
to
that
just
will.
take care of my kids every day, all the time. And I can't do that. So I've been sitting here taking care of these guys. And my chickens.
Yes, because your track record with dogs is even better.
Still got babies to take care of, even though they try to take mine away.
They did take them away.
But that's life, I guess. Living and learn. Fortunately. It's like just so empty. Like, look. Oh, wait, sorry.
Thank goodness her tubes are tied, because I'm pretty sure if they weren't, she would have gotten pregnant during all this. Like, oh, they gonna take my kids? I'm just gonna make some more.
We've got the trampoline, the playground, the zip line. No kids. I'm doing what I have to do to get him back. You know, we're doing parenting classes. David's doing anger management. We're trying everything. I've taken a domestic violence course. We had a substance assessment.
I thought they didn't see any drugs
So
in your
much.
house.
But, you know, we'll just see what the judge has to say.
But we knew for these kids, we had to be strong. We were the only ones they had. This was their home. This is what they should come back to. And this is what they deserve. We knew we had a big mountain to climb in front of us, but we still did it. We had to buckle down every day and do it.
Guys. Jenelle Eason, cast. David Eason, cast. Barbara Evans, cast. Editor, director, producer, creator, Jenelle Eason. My God. We got a multitasking queen over here. Quentin Tarantino made this wonderful masterpiece on YouTube. Look at it. But yeah, so that's the end of part 2 of Jenelle's docu-series. I really would like to continue this series. Tell me if you guys like my little reaction video, or if there's another way you would like me to do it, like a recap like I did with the episodes, but I really just wanted to watch this with you guys. And I will continue to do it. She releases these every Monday at 6 o'clock, so I'll try to have the videos out by Tuesday or Wednesday. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me what you thought of this video, what you thought of Jenelle's video, and if you'd like to see this video more often, leave a comment. Make sure to subscribe for more Team Mom recaps every week.